Welcome peeps and freaks, ladies and gents, to another Hearthstone game. Today we're going to be playing, or trying out at least, a stealth Murloc rogue. It's running a few stealth cards, I think 4 to be exact. It's got Jungle Panther, Silent Knight, 2 of Silent Knights, and Lotus Assassin. And the idea is to combo those with Shadow Sensei. Obviously the combo with Finja, the Murloc War Leaders, and the Bluegill War Leaders, seeing those in a lot of decks these days, it's not a bad little combo. And the patches with the Sapsi Deckhand and the Swashbucklers also is pretty nice there. So you're going to get rid of the Shadow Step. The Shadow Step, I guess it could be used for a number of things in this deck. Obviously Rogue makes use of Shadow Step pretty well, but mainly it's to be comboed with Leroy Jenkins as a finisher. Now I'm going to assume this is a Jade Rogue. Against a Jade Rogue I want to play a bit more tempo oriented. So we're going to chuck the Jungle Panther out, especially when we don't have Shadow Sensei in the hand with us right now. So this is a really tempo-oriented hand. That's not too bad for us. We just need to make it to turn 2 without seeing too much aggression, maybe. Okay, we're just going to pass this turn, I think. Oh, so there we do actually pick up the Shadow Sensei here. Funny enough. So if he plays another Jade card, which I don't think he can on turn 2, then we would have just coined SI. I think we might coin SI anyway, because we do have double backstab, so the second Jade idol that comes out isn't really going to be too difficult to deal with. And obviously coining out the Shadow, the SI is a lot more tempo than just hero powering or anything. Okay. Pretty much what we expected here. A backstab and then the SI to the face. Unfortunately, the SI to the face isn't really making use of the SI in any way, so maybe it's better just to play Murloc War Leader. Because we do have a second backstab, and also a Cold Blood. So the following turn, we could actually get backstab, Cold Blood, SI to put on a lot of pressure. So that might actually be the best play here. Do it like this. It's a lot better value to be able to SI7 a minion. Prevents our minions taking any additional damage that we don't need. So yeah, at any point we draw a stealth card. Obviously it becomes a lot better with this card now in our hand. Okay, we'll just backstab SI7 that and Cold Blood the other SI7 because the Murloc has a little bit of extra value for us. Oh, sorry. I thought he was going to put a 3/3 on board. Okay, that's pretty weird. We're just going to hold off on the Cold Blood and stuff there. We have a lot of burn in our hand right now, so play the 4/4, go face. He hasn't ramped high enough that he can really make use of anything right now. I mean, swipe hero power, but the 3/3s are a little bit annoying. Maybe swipe Living Roots. That is a board clear. Wow, that's too slow. I think he just... That's pretty much like conceding here, unless he's got like Innovate, Wrath or something. Yeah, that's a little bit too slow. And now we just draw the Reno. Alright, I don't think we have enough damage here, but we can just double check, can't we? So what's the most amount of damage we can do? So it's 4. So this is either 8 together or this is just 6. So we can do those two together. Hero power, that's 8 and 9. Plus what's on board is 19. So we don't actually have lethal here just yet. But we are just going to absolutely nail down the pressure here.
This guy's toast.
This is the hardest one to kill, but it's also the best one for him to swap. So I think we're just going to put it on the SI7 here. Just go face. And then we've got the Leroy Jenkins and Eviscerate combo. So if he completely board clears us and hero powers, we still have lethal. Oh, actually, we don't have enough mana. I think it's still going to be fine, though. I don't really see a way where he can clear our entire board here. Unless Wrath, then Innovate, Living Roots. Naturalize. Now he has to have an Innovate, otherwise he's dead. Double stealth. Well, there you go, guys. Not too bad. First game. Going pretty well for us here. Works out pretty good. I mean, we didn't really get to see the Shadow Sensei synergy, actually, but I'm sure we will get to see it in the next couple of games. So we'll get into another game, see if we can make that card work a little bit better. Also, one thing I forgot to mention about this deck is it is, I mean, a stealth Murloc or stealth tempo rogue, I guess you could say, but it doesn't actually run the card Conceal in it, which is pretty important thing to consider. because Concealer is actually getting moved to the wild format. It's not going to be able to be played in every deck anymore, which is pretty nice because it means that some sort of variation of this deck will be able to be used then in the next standard format that's coming up when Journey to Angora gets released. That's pretty nice. So yeah, our curve is sort of playing itself right now. We Hero Power, turn 3, turn 3, then turn 4, then turn 5. Unfortunately, we didn't have that last turn. But we'll just follow our curve right now. Really nice Stealth Knight because it does allow us to play the Shadow Sensei straight after it and buff it without him actually being able to do anything. So this is fine. We'll take a little bit of excessive damage here, but in doing so, we can clear this pretty nicely. We just need to be careful not to take too much damage that we can't make any value. Wow, he's playing, I think, a really similar deck, which is really interesting to see. But it's fine, because we're gonna get our value trade off earlier. We can also get the value trade off here, I guess. Then we might be tempted to Swashbuckler Argus, because then we can get another value trade off his Sensei. Okay, he doesn't have it. Got a second Silent Knight. And you go for the face. So we are, in fact, Defender of Argus Swashbuckler double face is really tempting. This is 6 on the board, it puts us down to 14, so we could play the Lotus Assassin, I guess, and start putting pressure on him. I'm not exactly sure what's better right now. The thing to consider though, if I do this and he does put me down to 14, with Sap and a few removal spells, Defender of Argus might not be enough then to save me. So I think it might actually be better to play the Defender of Argus now. I'm not going to play Defender of Argus on this, because right now I actually didn't consider the patches, so we could trade this in and then trade that in and get the value trade. But I think it is actually better to get this right now. And oh, the minions shifted on me. That's horrible. Well, it doesn't matter, Just keep going, no tilting. So yeah, what I was going to say is I was going to put both guys at 5, because this being at 2 health or 2 attack wasn't really a break point. It would have still died to everything and still traded into everything. So this is fine now. So our Darkline Skulker is actually pretty crazy here. We're going to trade this in first, obviously, get the value trade, and then we can go face with the 4-4. Obviously trade our Defender of Argus in here. Old Blood? Yeah, why not? Let's just do this, put on a bit of pressure. It might force him to remove this instead of building up a board, and if he does waste some mana or something on removing this, then... Okay, it's just going to be a blue U here to trade. That's not a problem. Best card here would be Backstab. Oh, sorry, my deck tracker isn't actually working right now. I didn't actually realize, sorry guys. I'll try and get that fixed up for the next game. I think we're going to put some pressure on with Lotus Assassin here. Just go face with the 4-3. If he does remove the 4-3, it's not the end of the world. So we could do a little bit of maths here as well. If we go face here, he goes to 9, and then we can Cold Blood. I don't think rogues have taunt, right? So we'll just Hero Power here, go face with both. And then if he does somehow heal for 2, not exactly sure what he would have that heal for 2. I don't think he's played any Swashbucklers or anything like that. But yeah, I think keeping the Cold Blood in the hand and using up all our mana this turn with the Hero Power is a little bit more efficient. But that's fine, it's not a problem. Assassinate, go face for 7, go down to 11, but he's dead. So happy days. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so we ended up having actually a lot of damage at the end there. A lot of damage at the end. So there you go. 2 out of 2, guys. This deck is actually working out pretty good. It was really actually playing a similar deck, but I think we got really lucky in drawing that Shadow Sensei when we did. And it allowed us to get those value trades in before he could have a turn to react. So yeah, we'll try and get one more game in, see if we can get this deck tracker fixed up for you guys. So coming in to game 3 here, guys, versus another rogue. Managed to get the deck tracker fixed up. Hopefully it's working now. So yeah, it's SI7, it's a pretty easy keep here. Gonna chuck the rest with the coin. Obviously the SI7 becomes a little bit better. That's good, looking for backstabs, South Sea deckhands, swashbucklers, all the good stuff. Not a bad hand here. Alright mate, we get it. Yeah, we're just gonna get this out, get our patches. Master of Disguise, it's actually pretty interesting considering the deck we're playing. Give a friendly minion stealth until your next turn. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the problem with this card is that you have to have Shadow Sensei in your hand, and you actually have to play it on the same turn, because it's going to lose stealth the next turn anyway. I think we don't do anything here, we just hero power, even though we do have a lot of 3-drops in our hand. If we play the Murloc War Eater and then he just kills it, then we can't combo anything with the SI7. Oh, I guess we could backstab, but I think it's just better to pass here. Okay, another Stealth Rogue. Really surprising. I actually didn't think I was going to see many decks similar to this one, and we're just going to chuck out our Murloc War Eater here. Unfortunately, he does now know what type of deck we're playing, but I don't think any other player was going to do it there. SI7 we want to save to try and get the value out of the 2 damage Battle Cry. Betrayal. Alright, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Get a Rager to the face. We are going to... Man, if we take 5 damage to the face here to kill this, is it worth it? We get into 18. What type of tempo do we gain out of that? Not really, right? Like, it might be just better to coin SI and save the backstab. We want to save the backstab just purely because the Azure Drake's in our hand. Unfortunately, we don't have a 2-drop to play with this SI, but I think this might be fine here.
This guy's toast.
We get face, hero power, and turn. So that's fine. Yeah, I think taking 5 damage there, especially when he was so aggressive with the Shadow Rager is a little bit too optimistic. Okay, very optimistic then with the Shadow Strikes. SI7 to the face, wow. So really happy we saved the backstab for the Azure Drake here. A really nice trade-off on this 3-3. Okay, so we got the stealth sort of combos going in the hand right now, but I don't think it's time for that just yet. Focus on getting back our board control with a nice old backstab there. Gonna keep our weapon. Don't really have much of an idea what I want to do next turn. Probably Jungle Panther, Murloc War Eater. Jungle Panther's good to get on the board as fast as we can, so that on turn 7 we can play Shadow Sensei and buff it. After seeing that play though. Okay, I want to try and put as much damage on the field as I can now, because we have 2 Eviscerates and a Cold Blood. And we're going to put him down to 16 this turn. So we're going to have a ton of damage. So Jungle Panther is nice to secure a bit of damage. Murloc War Eater just because it fits our curve really nicely. Attack face. And we're going to attack here because I don't think there's going to be more than 2 turns left in this game. Either we die now with some sort of Leroy combos or something like that. Leroy, Cold Blood, Sinister Strike number 2. Something along those lines. Alright, so... Sap, Viscerate maybe? What are we going to see here? Any sort of removal that goes to these minions is good for us. No? Okay. So what do we have here? Can we proc the combo on all these? That's 4-5. We need a 2-drop. We can't. So that means it's actually going to be 2, 6, 10. 10 plus this is 18 with my weapon. So that is lethal. Good stuff. So guys, that's the 3rd game. This deck actually works pretty good. A lot better than I thought it would, and it's fun to play with the stealth mechanic. And it's actually a pretty good deck considering when we're going to into the next rollover into Year of the Mammoth, when what's it called? The stealth card is going to get removed. Conceal. This deck actually doesn't run Conceal, so we can actually play variants of this deck when Angora comes out, if we get some sort of cards that buff this deck somehow. Be pretty interesting. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, help me out a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.